Welcome to Life with the McIntyres. So I just recently did a post on Facebook about a picture, and in that picture it was of my wife, Chantea.
Hey guys, it's the McIntyres. We got Mila, Daddy Mac, Mama Mac. This post actually, I think Mike and I were arguing a little bit ago. This is hard for me to talk about. Infertility is still sensitive for me. And I don't think you realize that.
I did not know that.
It's been a long time, and I'm gonna cry. Like, it's just something that's sensitive to me. I don't really, I mean, part of me being open about it has changed the comfort level of other women, but it's something that I'm still very embarrassed about. So the idea of, like, I don't know, talking about it on such a public platform is uncomfortable to me. But the last time I did it, a lot of women found a lot of strength in my sharing. So anyway, Mike wanted to talk about how we competed, or I guess how we ended up adopting our son, Matthew. And forgive me for staring into his face. It makes me feel a little more like nobody's here. But we battled, and I say I battled, and Mike was like my PTSD partner with infertility for about 4 years. It was a long 4 years. And if you've ever battled, even for a month, I salute you. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for your journey. Because infertility sucks. It's really interesting to me that even though I've got 4 beautiful children, like, the pain of infertility is still very real to me. Because that was a lot of crying. I spent a lot of crying nights. I spent a lot of nights in therapy. And so we landed on adoption. And that has not also been an easy road. But I think God has given us tremendous blessings in all of our struggle. He blessed us with 2 surprise babies. This is the most recent one. And a beautiful son. And we used to think that some of the issues that my son had were because he was adopted. And then we had one more, and she's just as crazy. But God has just really showed a lot of grace in this journey. And that's the only reason why I agreed to put on lipstick and talk about this. Because I didn't really want to do this video. I'm still not all that excited about doing this video, but I do think it's an important message to share to women that you're not alone and there's hope. And if you really want a family, if that's really what you want, there's lots of ways to go about it. You can do in vitro, you could do IVF, you could do Clomid, you could do HCG, you could do the shots, you could do metformin. Yes, we've done all of it, or you could adopt. And we chose to foster adopt. And we chose to foster adopt because we don't have a lot of money. We've never had a lot of money. And so the idea of, like, dropping a car payment, not a car payment, a car investment.
A car. Yeah, the price of
on
a car.
Human, was just not something we could do. So foster adopt allowed us to have less money up front, because we did have to do some home improvements, things to make our home worthy of a child, which was ironic because we had a baby already. But then outside of that, we had to get a pool fence and things like that. And so it was still sort of a stretch for us, but not a crazy investment that we could not swing. But really, we just had an open heart to love another human. And I just think that parenting and loving children is just a beautiful gift you can give, and it really doesn't have a price tag on it. So for me, the idea of adopting another child, especially a male, there's a high percentage of African-American males in our system. And so that's where my heart was to adopt an African-American male. And so that's what we did.
Yeah. So I had no idea that was gonna go that way. I didn't know that she was still that uncomfortable with talking about the infertility. Partially because she's been so open about it with other women, and I know that she uses that as a platform to help women, to encourage women. So we didn't talk about this before we started rolling this camera. So you are getting, like, real life scenario right now. And in the picture that I'm probably posting somewhere around here, or probably already seen it. I was talking about how awesome that time of our life was. What was I going to say? Yeah, you threw me off.
Sorry.
It's alright, it's alright. But yeah, so in that picture, basically, I felt like we were on this new path to of happiness. Because like she said, that infertility that she struggled with, that I was her partner, struggling with it, and not knowing some of those things that bothered her, it didn't hit me as hard as it hit her, obviously. She is someone who was very nurturing, very caring, and she wanted to give me children that I really wanted. And to see her struggle through that, not being able to provide that for me, it was tough for me as well. But you multiply that by 100 for her, because she's the one going through it.
So I guess in conclusion, because because I didn't write the script.
No, but it's no script. It was just talking about
but
a
normally
picture.
I have like a middle. I know, that's why I don't know how to talk about a picture without being in your brain. Like I don't have a beginning, middle, and end.
And that's why I let you read the blog post.
I did, but that still didn't tell me how you wanted the blog post to be different than this video.
I wanted the blog post to be, the video to be happy. not knowing that you,
I think
that you still felt.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I think the moral of the story is we have a tired baby, and that I think what the moral of the story is to husbands, just understand that sometimes women You're sleepy.
Come here, Moms. Come here, Mama.
Just
I coughed all in my mouth. You okay, Mom? Don't put your hands up this one. She's not gonna want me. Hi, baby dog. Hey. Stop looking at her. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. So we're both sick anyway. You guys saw me kissing the baby. We were already sick, so it didn't matter. And now my husband's gonna be sick. So the moral of the story is, to me, for husbands, to just take pulse of your wife. Is she snappier than usual? And have you asked yourself why? And do you know the background of her fire? Because I think, everyone knows that women are very complicated anyway. And sometimes we're just not face value. And I don't know that I will ever see... Oh, I hope I will. Let me rephrase that. I hope there will be a season where I don't see a woman who gets pregnant right away and don't get jealous. And I do think it's ironic that many women may look at me and be jealous of the amount of children I have without understanding our story. But I think what I've learned in this journey is that just to be sensitive to a woman's journey, because you don't ever know what she's going through. And I've learned not to judge any woman, mom or not. She doesn't have to be a mother for me not to judge her, just because life is so complicated. And that was a happy pivot in our lives, for sure, that picture. And there was a lot of, and I think for me, what that picture shows is just God's grace and how good, the Bible says everything works together for good when you believe in God. And I think that picture is a beautiful testimony of that. So.
Life with Mike and Chantea.